Have y'all seen a video with this woman's face going viral? This woman was talking about what led up to a Christmas fiasco. Her man basically promised her child a computer gaming system, and they got into a spat on Christmas Eve. And then he basically said, well, I just won't give him the gift. And she was hoping against hope that this man that she's been living with for the past 4 years and been a partner with, and who promised this to her son that she lives with, would come through. And he didn't. And he basically knew that he wasn't going to come through. And on Christmas Day, when he knew that he didn't come through on his part of the gift, which was completely within his control to give this child a gift, a 9 year old, he woke her up. He woke her up so that she could see the disappointment on her child's face as the computer gaming system that they promised that they would get him wasn't there. Now, I don't know what kind of toxicity this is, what kind of category this gets put in, but this is definitely on some psychological mess. Using a child's pain against a mother because of an argument that they got into on Christmas Eve. Somebody smarter than me has to know what kind of psychological term or what kind of toxic term this falls into, because getting into an argument is part of normal ups and downs of relationships. That happens. But using a child's pain that you are well within your power to control, because you, as this man who had this gift, could literally have come through, but to not on purpose. This mom was in such distress. And what is worse is, I'm sure everybody is scrambling to see, is there an update? Did she leave him? Did the kid get a gaming system? Because they were all living together. This woman posted this video on social media. It took off because many of these sad Christmas stories are going viral. She must have gone way too viral. And this man, I don't know, I'm not going to just throw out the smamusive word. I'm not just going to throw it out, but did he see it? Are they in trouble? What's going on? And there have been no updates since the last time I went around checking. So if you guys see Sincerely Bree and see if she updates anything, please go ahead and let me know. Someone sent me this video. At the end of it, she's talking about she's going to leave. Did she leave? We don't know. You go to her page, things seem kind of normal. She's doing her normal happy videos, but obviously there's something underlying to where a man would be perfectly fine with just snatching the joy out of a 9-year-old's grip. How is that possible? How is that possible? So if you are on my YouTube, no, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and add the video right here. You guys go ahead and weigh in on your thoughts.
How it went. I am in a relationship. We live together. We've lived together for the last 4 years. We decided to give my son his older son's old gaming computer because his older son's getting a new one. And my son wanted one for Christmas. And I really didn't want him to have it. I had reservations about him getting a computer. I think he's a little too old, too young. He's only 9. But he convinced me to let him have it. He thought that it would be a good financial decision, and also a way for him to have what he wants with us, not having to invest too much money. So he goes to his son's house, Christmas Eve, yesterday. He sets up the new computer, and it is a nice computer. It's even nicer than the one that he wanted, top of the line, okay? He gets the old computer. He brings it back. We have a dinner to go to. So we go to dinner. At dinner, we're discussing, I bring up like, okay, so what's the plan? Because we had discussed it prior about a week ago. And the plan was we were going to put it together, make sure his stuff was ready the night before while he was sleeping so he could wake up and play with his stuff. However, when I bring it up now, he's saying that, we could just do it in the morning and blah, 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 blah. He doesn't feel like doing it now. His family's in town. He wants to have some drinks with them, whatever. Okay. That was just not sitting well with me at all. That was not the plan. This is my son. I wanted him to wake up and enjoy his stuff just like his son gets to wake up and enjoy his stuff. Actually, his son has been enjoying his stuff since yesterday, the day before Christmas. Okay. So I get upset and I'm like, why does my son have to wait on enjoying his Christmas stuff because you want to be lazy all of a sudden? So since he didn't like what I said about being lazy, he says, well, why don't I just not give him the computer then? So we are at a dinner. We are at a girlfriend's house eating dinner when this happened. So I have to pull together. And in my mind, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to handle this? So I'm like, I'm going to get back to the house and I'm just going to put the computer disc together and just so he can have something to, because he had nothing else. This was his big gift. Like the other stuff was to supplement the computer. Okay. So I get home, I start putting stuff together. I'm a wreck. I'm an emotional freaking wreck. Okay. I start, I pull out the computer stand desk and I start, trying to put it together. And he says, as he sees me doing it, he's like, I don't know what you need a computer desk for when you ain't got no computer. I put the computer stand together. I put the chair together. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have to tell him some story about how it didn't come, and I'm just gonna have to go, tell him just gonna have to go first thing in the morning, when the stores open back up to get you a computer, I'm sorry, come up with some lie. And I was hoping that, I was really hoping that I would wake up in the morning and he would still have that computer on that computer desk, like realize that what he said, what he was doing was wrong, even though my pride didn't even want it, but I did not want I wanted more for my son to not wake up to nothing for Christmas. So I was up all night. I was tired. So I was the last one up. So he comes in the room and he's like, are you going to get up? Your son's up. I go look in the room. There is nothing on the computer stand. Nothing on the computer stand. I say all this to say, obviously this isn't going to work out. But I just need you to understand, like, do not play with nobody's kids. Don't play with people's kids.
This ending was definitely a heartbreaker when she covered up her mouth and she's like, oh my God, I got to leave him. So I sincerely hope that this mom gets the help that she needs to get away. And I sincerely hope that that child was able to get whatever he was getting for Christmas. But like I said, if you guys see any updates on this, make sure to tag me in them or drop me a line somewhere so that I can definitely update folks on what has happened. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.